Hello and welcome to 5.9 Solving Equations with Decimals. Okay, we're doing this. We are just solving regular equations, but instead of whole numbers, they have decimals. So we're not going to let that scare us. Let's think back to our regular equations. If I'm solving something that's like 2x plus 3 equals 7, what's my first step? I want to get x all by itself. So I'm going to subtract 3 from both sides, and I get 2x equals 4. And then what do? I want to get x all by itself, so then I would divide both sides by 2. And then go from there. My 2's would cancel, and I'd get x equals 4 over 2, or 2. Okay, that's just a refresher. So our first step is to get x all by itself, get all the constants on one side, x's on the other side, and then divide by the coefficient. So let's take a look at this one. I want to get x all by itself. So I'm going to subtract. Oh, that's going to be too big. So I'm going to subtract 0.6 from both sides. These ones cancel over here, which is what I want. I'm left with 3.2x equals, and I'm going to put in my calculator. You could do the math. You don't have to. I don't want to. I'm going to use my calculator. I have 5.4 negative minus 0.6 gives me negative 6. And then I want to get x all by itself. So now I'm going to divide both sides by 3.2. And my 3.2's cancel on both sides. And I'm left with x equals negative 6 over 3.2. And let's put that in my calculator. Negative 6 divided by 3.2 gives me 1.875. Let's check the direction, see if it told me to round. It did not, so we're just going to leave it right there. Oh, and I'm going to make sure I have my negative sign with it too. Didn't write that in there. Negative 1.875. Awesome. Okay. Same for number 2. I want to get x all by it, or this one's y. I want to get y all by itself. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get all my numbers on one side. So I am going to subtract 3.1 from both sides. My 3.1's cancel, and I'm left with 0.7y equals, and again, I'm going to put in my calculator. I'm not feeling too fancy. I have 0.5 negative minus 3.1 gives me 3.5 negative. Great, and now I want to get y all by itself, so I'm going to divide both sides by 0.7. Now I could do the long division stuff that we showed in class the other day, but we're not going to do that. First, we're going to have our 0.7's cancel, and then I have my negative 0.35, negative 3.5, and I'm going to divide that by 0.7, which leaves me with negative 5 equals y. Awesome. Okay. I'm going to leave some of these for you to try on your own. So I'm going to leave 3 and 4 because they're very similar. And we're going to move on to 5 and 6 because they're a little bit more challenging. Okay, I have, on this one, I've got variables on both sides and numbers on both sides. And so I want to get numbers on one side of the equation and letters on the other side. I'd like C to end up being positive on whichever side it's going to be. 7C is bigger, so I'm going to bring everything over to that side because it'll just make my life easier. But if you don't do it this way, that's totally fine too. So I'm going to subtract 4, I'm going to use black or blue, minus 4.5 C from both sides. My 4.5 C's on the left, those cancel, okay? And now on the other side, I've got 7 minus 4.5 gives me 2.5 C plus 11.3 equals 8, okay? Now I have one that is just like number 1 and 2 that we just did. I want to get C all by itself, so I'm going to get my, I'm going to subtract my 11.3, so my constants are on one side. So I'm going to subtract 11.3 from both sides. I get 8 minus 11.3 gives me negative 3.3 equals 2.5 C, and my 11.3's cancel over here. So now I want to get C all by itself. I'm going to, right now it's being multiplied by 2.5. I'm going to do the opposite of that, which is divide. So I'm going to divide by 2.5. And I get C is equal to, first my 2.5's cancel. And then I do negative 3.3 divided by 2.5. And I get negative 1.32 equals C. There we go. Okay, let's do one more just like this. I want to get numbers on one side, constants on the other. And I'm going to ask myself, which side do I want to move my W's to? I want to move them to the side that's going to be positive. So I want to move them over here, because if I move them over to this side, I'll end up with negative W's. So I am going to subtract 0.6 W from both sides. Over here, my W's cancel. And over here, let's put this in a calculator. What's my secret coefficient in front of W? There's a hidden 1 right there. So I've got 1 minus 0.6 gives me 0.4 W, and my constants I'll stick around to. I have negative 0.5 equals negative 4 plus 0.04 W. Now I want to get W by itself, so I'm going to do the opposite of negative 4, which is adding 4. I'm going to add 4 to both sides. My 4's cancel over here, and then I have 0.5 negative, try that one more time, 0.5 negative plus 4 gives me 3.5. And then my 4's canceled equals 0.4 W. And now I want to get W all by itself. So what I want to do is divide both sides by 0.4. So I'm going to divide by 0.4, divide by 0.4. Over here, the 0.4's cancel. I'm left with W equals 0.35 divided by 0.4, which gives me 8.75. Amazing. Crushing it. Okay, we've got some application problems. A popular froyo shop charges 0.5 per ounce for any flavors, plus 0.15 cents per ounce for premium toppings. Maya ordered 8 ounces of froyo, plus added premium toppings. Her bill was $5.10. How many ounces of premium toppings did she get? Set up and solve an equation. Okay, so first thing, let's assign a variable. X equals premium toppings. I'm going to say premium. I'm just going to say premium. Premium deliciousness. Okay? And she ordered, that's what we're trying to solve for. And we already told us we got 8 ounces of froyo. Okay? So she got 8 ounces of froyo. So how much did she pay for the froyo she already bought? Let's figure that out first. 8 ounces. And then how much does she pay per ounce of froyo? 45 cents, okay? So times 0.45. And this is multiplying. And let's put this in our calculator. 8 times 0.45 equals 3.6. So that's how much she paid just for the froyo. And now we're going to ask, how much did she pay for toppings? Okay, so let's figure this out. Her total bill was $5.10. So that's how much she paid for her base froyo plus her premium toppings. So we have 3.6 plus however many premium toppings she did, X. And then the premium toppings are 15 cents per topping. So times 0.15x equals, and then this is going to equal her total. So this is her base yogurt right here, just the regular yogurt, and then her premium toppings is going to equal her total, which we said was 5.10. Okay, now I want to solve this equation. I want to solve it for x. This is just like my other ones. And I want to get x all by itself. So in order to do that, I am going to subtract x. I'm going to subtract 3.5 from both sides. 3.6 minus 3.6. Over here it cancels. I'm left with 0.15x equals 5.1 minus 6.3, 1.5. And now I want to solve for x all by itself. I'm going to write up here because I'm running out of room. 0.15x equals 1.5. I'm going to divide both sides by 0.15. Divide by 0.15. And I get over on the left, these cancel, so I'm left with just x. And I'm going to put this in my calculator. 1.5 divided by 0.15 equals 10. She got 10 premium toppings. Woo! Delicious. And then we're going to skip number 8 because it's not really a great relevant problem, but we'll work on doing another word problem in class that's a better match. And I will see you all on Monday.